Hi, this is Kamala Murphy. I hope you're doing great today. Today I had an idea of something that I'd like to speak about. In the last several weeks, um, since the beginning of May actually, um, I have experienced a lot of grief. It was an anniversary of my father's passing, the anniversary of a friend's wonderful husband having passed. And I heard of two Facebook friends who had never met in person, but that I heard that they had passed. And I experienced a lot of grief about it. Um, and it's just bringing up this realization that grief can come in a lot of forms. Um, of course, these experiences with the loss of people in my life is one way, but there are other um, seemingly less significant ways, disappointments, when things don't go the way we've hoped for or prayed for. Um, and one of the other things for me personally is I'm grieving the aging process. I'm grieving the the way I used to look and how I feel about that, and looking in the mirror and seeing not a completely different person, obviously, but that there are lines and they're deepening, and all of the things that I'm grieving no longer being young and pretty, which at the time when I was young and pretty, I didn't really realize that was one of my ways of getting through the world, or how I saw the world, how I experienced me in the world. Anyway, back to grieving. So there can be a number of things that um, where we experience grief, and I think it's really important for us to allow ourselves to open our hearts and feel what needs to be felt. And several months ago, actually, I had recorded an audio, which is on my website. It's called The Gentling, and it's actually something that you can use if you are grieving and you know that you don't want to keep your heart shut, but rather you want to keep it open so that the love and the healing can actually come in. So if you are hurting over something at this period of time, I encourage you to go to the website, kamalamurphy.com, and it's the free gift. So I offer that to you today and hope that you will check it out. I know one person has listened to it a number of times and just raves about it, so I'm really pleased to be able to offer that to a wider audience. The other thing I wanted to do today is do an angel card reading, and since I've opened the topic of grief and grieving, let's see what the divine would share with us about grieving and loss, grief and loss and disappointment. Wherever we feel like we might be clamping our hearts down to protect ourselves from further injury. So this angel card is support. And that's, there's a group of angelic beings surrounding the planet, actually. So all of us, if our heart is the planet in this picture, we're being held and supported by prophets, saints, angels, other angelic beings, entities of light and love. So I'm going to just invite you to take some deep breaths. Let yourself exhale deeply, letting your body know it can relax, that you are being held, supported even. And letting what feel like the outer layers of our being soften and open, kind of like a lotus flower, just sort of opening up and allowing more of the light, the love, the healing and nurturing in, more of the gentling. And just allowing yourself to receive, maybe even opening a little bit further, a little bit deeper, and saying yes to the support that is all around. My sense is that it may feel like it could be, I just saw a hummingbird fly by, so it's like even simple simple awarenesses that there is love around, there is joy and delight and support around. So that's it for today, loves. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, lots of love to you and blessings. And if, as I said earlier, if you are feeling a bit like you could use a little support in softening your heart so that you can receive the love in a time of grieving or loss, please check out my website, KamalaMurphy.com. And I'll put the spelling in because it's a little different. So lots of love to you. Take care and blessings.